I recently saw The Legend of Ram 1993. I got so smitten. I got inspired to do a similar big eyeliner look that Ma Sita was wearing for this reception that I was attending. And this is how it looked once I arrived to the location. I'll just show you guys around. This is the function hall. It was a gorgeous place. It was a beautiful evening. And I was so happy carrying the big eyeliner look that I had done that day. This is how it was. I arrived a little early. If you like these kind of random inspired videos, uh, please subscribe and click on the bell icon. Select the option all to get notified. Otherwise, you'll not get notified if you don't hit the button all. First step is always moisturizing, as you guys, all of you would already know. I'm using Johnson & Johnson baby cream here because it's rich in glycerine and dimethicones and triglycerides, which gives moisture and a little bit of smoothing. A dry, dehydrated, textured skin like me could use some of that. Ma Sita is wearing a longish eyebrow placement, and her eyebrows are very soft. So I'm going to use powder. I'm using brown and gray combination because that combination suits anybody with a dark hair color. It suits perfectly that coloring. So I'm using the 3 point technique. Point 1 is always the highest point of the eyebrow. Point 2 is the tail of the eyebrow. Point 3 is the front part of the eyebrow. Point 1, the highest part of the eyebrow, is where you want to deposit the most product, or rather the most darkest shading has to be there. From there it fades to the tail, and in the center part of the eyebrow you want it to be as light as possible because we already have the maximum volume of hair is always in the center part, the starting part of the eyebrow. So I want it to be a longer eyebrow so then I can do a bigger eyeliner. And powders are always a little softer than pencils. That's why I've used powder for Ma Sita's inspired eye look. I'm gonna take the brown, the cool tone brown and grey coloring combination again and do the same 3 point technique. This is point 1 and tail is point 2, starting point is point 3. Same thing I've done on the other side of the brow. L'Oreal Paris Beige Magique primer. I am so sad that it's discontinued. It's a really good primer. It's a very thick primer, very smoothing. It'll give you the smoothest base without drying out the skin. So I love it. And it's also very, very long lasting. Applying a nice layer of primer so it lasts the entire evening. I'll share some videos, clips of how it looked when I came back from the event, how it looked in the lift as well, so you know how it all lasted. Using Chambord BR01 lip liner, filled in the entire lip with it. Using Max Factor eyeliner in the shade taupe to just do a little bit of lip contour and giving myself a little cupid's bow, a little bit of lip contour in the bottom lip. That's what we have. I'm using Rimmel liquid lipstick in a brown shade. It's a very warm tone chocolate brown shade. I'll put everything in the links in the description. Creating the perfect mocha mousse lip color. Lately, I've really been loving the brownish mocha mousse, Spanish Latin brownish tones. This is by Studio West. It's their smoky eyeshadow cream base. It has a slight bit of gold glitter reflect in it, but hardly visible. It's a neutral tone brown base. I'm going to just smudge that onto the eye, give my eye a slight base before I go in with this primer. It's a sparkly glitter primer by PAC. I'm just going to dab around the ball of the eye and the either sides of ball of the eye. I'm going to use the most gorgeous eyeshadow palette that ever existed. Rom & Co glitter palette. It's got this gold glitter. It is so fine that I can call it shimmer actually. It's very, very refined glitter. I went a little off camera doing this, so I'm just going to tell you what I did. I just patted everything, the eyeshadow, around, a complete wash of shadow across the lid. I'm using gel liner by Maybelline. I'm using the same brush they give for the entire eye because I want a big eyeliner look, right? This making it very sharp like this, like almost like a blade sharp, you can see, making it that shape by dabbing it on back of the cap. I had to get off camera to do the liner because I have to get so close to the mirror. I'm almost falling on the mirror when I'm doing the liner. My mummy says, "Ghus ja to ghus ja, aine ke andar hi ghus ja." So I had to go a little off. So basically, what I've done is I've done a full liner through and through from the starting point of the eye till the end point of the eye. I'm using a very thin eyeliner brush by Vega. It's their Bindi brush just for the starting point and the end point of the eyeliner, just to give it that little bit of sharp, neat finishing. And this is what we have so far. I'm going to do a little bit of hood eye correction. This is something us makeup artists do. This is a Revlon watercolor palette in the shade That's a Dud. Not available in India. I had to get it from Ulta. I'm gonna even out the hoods. I have a little bit of slight hood here if I look straight, and I don't have it here, so I'm just gonna even it out. This is eyelid correction. Just going to deposit that brownish shade in the part where I have the hood, in the part where I have the crease of the bone actually. So this is where that part is for me. You can feel the bone, the bottom part of the bone with the brush and deposit it there. This is a little different from smoky eye because in smoky we are depositing the darkness in the outer V, but in this we are just doing it in the crease and leaving it be. Essentially you want to do this with a brown shade or at least a taupe shade, something little neutral shade, or a more on the grayish side also. I'm doing slightly on the other eye as well, so the it looks a bit more even. The shades that I've put look a bit more even. So just a little bit of back and forth for this. I'm using this brush by Vega. It's their pencil brush, and you can also do it this way. You can like go straight in a 90-degree angle into your eyelid and go back and forth. Just a little bit of wiggling motion. It's not a windshield wiper motion, just a little wiggle. That's the technique to do this. And you can see how the eyes look now. They look a bit more symmetrical now than what they were looking earlier. So this is what we have so far. This is MAC NC42 concealer. Dab with my fingers, because fingers give the best and fastest blend. The most natural and even blend come with fingers, and the most highest coverage you get with flat brushes. I'm also using the same concealer under the eye. It's got a really lovely warm burnt warm kind of a orange undertone, which is perfect for color correcting any tan. So this one product is like a full coverage concealer come corrector come just all in one for me. I use it to cover the pigmentation around the lip, on the forehead, for dark circles underneath the eye, and I'm done. Like within under a minute I'm done. This is Lakme 925 primer compact in the shade Silky Golden. It's a slight yellow tone shade, so I love it. I love to use it as a powder foundation. It's got a little bit of primer as well, so it's gonna give me really long lasting. Because एक बार मैं पहुंच गई शादी की लोकेशन, मेरे पास बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं होता टचअप करने के लिए. तो कई बार मैं क्या करती हूँ, आई हैव स्पेंड सो मच ऑफ टाइम ऑन द आई मेकअप दैट आई एक्चुअली हैव वेरी लिटिल टू नो टाइम लेफ्ट when it comes to foundation. So that's why I just go for powder foundation products, powder compacts. That's where they're a savior. अभी मैं contour करने वाली हूँ ये brown और grey shade के साथ. Just slight contour on either sides of the nose. जो nostrils है वहाँ पे थोड़ा extra focus. And now I'm joining. This technique is called joining. ये मुझे makeup artist, bridal makeup artist class में सिखाया था. तो जो कॉन्टोर है उसको आईब्रो का जो स्टार्टिंग पार्ट है उससे हम हल्का सा जॉइन कर देते हैं, उससे एक बहुत ही सिमेट्रिकल और बहुत अच्छी लुक आती है। अभी जॉ लाइन कॉन्टोर करने वाली हूँ विद द सेम ब्रश। इट्स वेरी ईजी व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, फटाफट से कर रही हूँ। एंड दिस आई लाइक टू स्क्वीज़ थोड़ा सा ना यहाँ पे चिन के आइदर साइड्स, थोड़ा सा स्क्वीज़ करने से द चिन लुक्स अ लॉट शार्पर जब आप सामने से आपको कोई देख रहा है। लिप को मैं बस थोड़ा सा रिफ्रेश कर रही हूँ विथ BR01 लिप लाइनर। दिस इज़ आवर ग्लास जेलीफिश पैलेट। आई लव द सेंटर मॉव शेड। वो ज़्यादा कलर नहीं आता है इस ब्लश से, बट इट गिव्स दिस लवली स्मूथ इवन लुक एंड वेरी स्लाइट ब्लश कलर। और मुझे ऐसे ही चाहिए क्योंकि इफ़ यू सी द पिक्चर्स ऑफ सीता माँ जो मैंने स्टार्टिंग में दिखाए थे, there's very little to no blush and the contouring is also very light, मतलब आप बोल भी नहीं सकते कि contour है। So that's what I'm trying to imitate. अभी मैंने diffused light लिया है which is my favorite from the entire palette. It's a slightly banana yellow undertone का powder है और बहुत smooth, बहुत ऐसे light reflecting finishing देता है। तो इसको मैं under the eye, on either sides of the nose, हर जगह लगा सकती हूँ, cheeks। ये एक smooth कैनवस देता है। यू कैन सी आई हैव केप्ट द एंटायर स्किन बेस वेरी नीट, वेरी क्लीन, वेरी इवन। बस इवन करने का ही फोकस है उस पर। ज़्यादा ब्लश भी आपको नहीं दिखेगा कि ऐसे लगाया हुआ है। तो अभी मैं इंडिविजुअल आई लैशेस लगाने वाली हूँ। दीज आर बाय पैक। इट इज़ सो हार्ड टू डू दिस ऑन कैमरा बिकॉज इंडिविजुअल आई लैश यू हैव टू गेट द एंगल राइट टू ड्रॉप द आई लैश। तो मैं थोड़ी ऑफ कैमरा मैंने जाके लगाया। आई ड्रॉप्ड अबाउट 5 to 7 इंडिविजुअल लैशेस अराउंड द एंटायर आई लाइनर। इंडिविजुअल लैशेस बहुत कंफर्टेबल लगती है, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ अ स्ट्रिप लैश मैं हमेशा इंडिविजुअल लैश प्रेफर करती हूँ। आई हैव यूज्ड बाय पैक बट आई मस्ट से आर्डेल के इंडिविजुअल लैश आई प्रेफर मोर दैन द पैक वन। एंड दिस इज़ हाउ इट लास्टेड। ये मैं अभी इवेंट से बाहर आ रही हूँ